You can use your sexual energy to enhance your health, your spiritual path, to boost your creativity, and to bring in abundance into your life. Hey guys, I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so that you can magnetize your ideal life. If you're interested in learning more about sexual mastery, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified when I release new videos. I'm going to talk about sexual cultivation. So sexual cultivation is working with your sexual energy to improve different aspects of your health, your life, your body, all these different applications of working with your sexual energy. So before I get into this, we need to have a better understanding of what sexual energy is and how it can be worked with and why would we want to work with it. So sexual energy is a very special type of energy in that it amplifies things, it boosts things. It's the power for a single sperm and a single egg to multiply into trillions of cells into an entire human body. And so it's this incredible power to amplify, to expand. And it also bonds things together. It's like psychic superglue. It can glue you to thoughts, to feelings, to actions, to people. I'm sure you've experienced this if you've ever been in a long-term relationship with someone. You glue yourself to them, and it becomes difficult to break that bond if you ever want to. So these are the properties of sexual energy, and we need to be mindful of this before we start working with sexual energy, because these properties can both assist us and it can be harmful to us. We can bond ourselves to negative things. A lot of men are glued to porn, they're glued to unhealthy relationships, and they're amplifying these things as well. So when we put these into positive things, we put the sexual energy into positive outlets of our life, we can grow these things, we can bond ourselves to nourishing patterns, to positive patterns in our life, and really succeed, really thrive, and really grow. So a lot of these ideas that I'm going to be talking about come from my studies with Taoist practices. I'm very influenced by Taoism, and the Taoists of ancient China developed systems of Qigong, self-healing, acupuncture, all these different systems of healing, internal alchemy, really incredible, basically spiritual science. And so that's where a lot of these ideas are coming from. So humans have this enormous sex drive. We're pretty much the only animals that we don't just mate during a certain season. All the other animals, they have their mating season and then they're not interested in sex. But humans, we're interested in sex 24/7, most of us. And so it's obvious that the sex drive is about more than just reproduction. It's more than just this biological drive. In my opinion, it's one of the highest forces that we have, and it's really a spiritual force that's coming in. It's driving us to recreate ourselves, to bond with others, to go out into the world and to complete, our purpose. So it's this very powerful force, and we have such a limited view of what this force really is, of what this sexual power is. We've been limited, by our conditioning through watching porn, the various ways that we learn about sex. It's very limited. It's viewed as this completely physical act, and unfortunately, our habits with sexuality are often draining to us. They deplete us of our energy. Men learn to constantly ejaculate, and this depletes them of their energy. So most people's experience with sexuality and sexual energy is one of sending this energy outside of themselves. So we have this external object of our affection. This woman's sexy, I'm gonna look at this photo of her and send my sexual energy outward. It's a completely external connection. We never think to bring this energy within us, to nourish our body with it, to channel it into greater things. And so by practicing sexual cultivation, these are some of the things that you can start to change in your life. It becomes a more internal, dynamic relationship with your sexual energy. And you build it up instead of constantly discharging it like most men do. So there's a few different areas that sexual cultivation applies to. One of the first ones, of course, is health. In ancient China, there was a whole branch of basically medical sexology where the doctor, the physician, would prescribe patients different lovemaking positions. Okay, you have a kidney problem, go have sex 3 times a day in this position, this many strokes, but don't ejaculate. That's an important part of it, because what you do is you build up your energy during sex, you build up this incredible aroused charge, and then you bring this energy into wherever in the body that you're trying to heal. And you and your partner can both focus together to bring the energy to a certain location. So sex is one of the most healing acts. It can be anyway. It can also be very destructive as well. But when you're approached intentionally in this manner, it can be incredibly beneficial to your health and can be a powerful tool to keep yourself healthy and radiant. And of course, one of the other areas of focus in sexual cultivation is relationships. This is a big one. You can use sexual cultivation to deepen your relationships. What typically happens in relationship is that they're often based on, a totally physical connection. And eventually this connection, you exchange all that there is to exchange, and then you lose that charge between you and your partner. You're no longer attracted to each other, and problems arise. But when you can consciously cultivate sexual energy, you can keep building that polarity, keep that dynamic strong between you. Because one of the benefits of being with a long-term partner is that you get to know them and their patterns better, and you get to know your own sexual patterns and how you can work together and harmonize your sexual energy to create something greater. Because when two people's sexual energies combined, it creates this enormous amount of power that's greater than either of the individual's energy alone. So this is one of the benefits of cultivating your sexual energy with a partner, because you can consciously circulate your energy together. And of course there's an exchange happening, a yin-yang exchange. Since we're polarized beings, we're often lacking in one side of the polarity, and that's why we're attracted to other people. We exchange, we give them the excess that we have, and in return we receive the excess that they have. So it's this yin-yang exchange. It keeps us balanced. That's why we're also attracted to sex. It balances us out. It helps us get back to a more neutral, more centered state of being. Another application of sexual cultivation is to spiritual development. You can use your sexual energy to incredibly enhance your spiritual path. You can use your sexual energy to awaken, the higher centers of the body. You can use it to awaken the pineal gland, the third eye, the brain, the crown, to really activate higher states of consciousness. And many ancient traditions had an understanding of this fact. And there's often a tradition of celibacy in several religions. But the key difference here between the Taoist approach and many other religious approaches is that whereas some spiritual paths, they promote celibacy because, having sex is just going to drain you of your energy. You can't connect to God when you've been ejaculating because you have no charge to boost your spiritual abilities, right? It's kind of the mindset. And so they would just completely remove sex from their lives. Well, the Taoist approach is you don't have to stop having sex, just learn to regulate your energy during sex. Learn to control your ejaculation and build up that energy during sex instead of discarding it. So this is the key difference here, and which is why I really resonate with the Taoist approach. You have the best of both worlds. Of course, you can also use this sexual energy to amplify your career, your business pursuits. Sex energy is abundance. It's magnetism. It's magnetic energy. When you're lacking in sexual energy, when you're constantly, depleting yourself of it, discharging it, then you lack that magnetic charge, and typically you lack abundance in other areas of your life. Because sexual energy is an expression of abundance. When your sexual energy is strong and it's flowing through your body, you feel radiant, you feel full of vitality, you feel confident, and you're magnetic. And people pick up on this. And whatever you're directing that energy towards, whatever your intentions are, whatever you're working towards in life is going to be very much enhanced. You will have much more success in bringing about your intentions of manifesting the things you want to bring in your life. And I've experienced this in my life, definitely. I used to be broke. I had some serious limitations around money and abundance. And once I started cultivating sexual energy, these patterns completely changed. And I started a business, started to experience abundant exchanges of energy in my life. Money is just an expression of energy. It's an exchange. And you can also use sexual energy to really boost your creativity, because sexual energy is creative energy. So if you're an artist, if you do any sort of creative work, you're going to find that cultivating sexual energy really increases your creativity. You build up this sexual charge and you're just flowing with ideas. You're so much more fluid in your life. Cultivating this sexual energy, having these powerful full body orgasms, building up the energy without ejaculating leads to these incredible states of flow of energy and creativity. This is something I've experienced in my life. So thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in learning how to practice sexual cultivation as a lifestyle, check out my website, jonathanwhitelifestyle.com. I've got some different training videos, and I run a 6-week course every 3 months, which has very powerful methods to transmute your sexual energy and become a magnetic sexual master. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment below. Have a great day, my friends.